What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sho back with another video, and today we talking about Odyssey, man. One Piece Odyssey. I really think this game is gonna be good. I mean, I love turn-based. Like, I really love some turn-based combat. You know what I'm saying? For me, I grew up playing games like Final Fantasy X. Like when I first got my PS2, I was in the era where I didn't really get much games. You know, I was blessed to get a PS2. And in that era and stuff, and around that time, you know, you didn't have a job, you couldn't really work for yourself. You know, you had to rely on Christmas to get games only. You know, you had to really enjoy your games. You really had to get games where you would spend a lot of time in games. You know that would take you a lot of time to beat because you just don't want to get bored. You know, it would force you to do a lot of content that is in-game content and stuff. Like when you beat a game or experience a game for a long time, you know, that makes it fun for me. You know. Games like that now are really non-existent. There are some games like Persona, Tales of Rise and stuff. There are definitely RPGs that'll give you enough time where you're playing for hundreds and hundreds of hours, but I feel like it's unmatched to those days of the original turn-based. You know, like I said, I got my Final Fantasy. It was my first like really turn-based game. But we talking about One Piece Odyssey. And the reason why I think this is going to be a big thing is because I did play. I'm not saying that an actual anime game turned to a turn-based RPG is going to be amazing. Because I did actually play Fairy Tail. And don't get me wrong, I know what you're thinking. It's like, yeah, that's probably because it's Fairy Tail. I actually did like Fairy Tail, like a lot. The show. You know, it was what it was. And it was based off a lot of like friendship. And there was a lot of corniness and some of the fights and stuff. Not fights, but maybe like some of the stuff surrounding fights, like the power of friendship and everything. And like, no kidding, he literally said the power of friendship. You can't make this up. I liked it though. You know, I feel like it gets a bad rep. They had a lot of cool emotional moments, a lot of cool fights and stuff. I think it gets a really bad rep. But I played the game, and the game to me just really didn't speak to me. I mean, maybe I feel like maybe for me, One Piece is a bigger story than a way bigger story with way more content than something like Fairy Tail. You know, in Fairy Tail, you played a very specific arc, and this is another reason why I think Odyssey is going to be better. In Fairy Tail game, you played a specific arc, like you played the tournament or whatever that they did in Fairy Tail, which is basically like the story. You know, it took part as like a part of the story, so it was made to be like Storm, you know, playing the story through turn-based combat. I feel like that's, to me, is not the greatest thing. The reason why Storm worked to me is because it was an action fighting game, so you just did fights that was in the story and that was cool. But I never really saw the purpose of like having a lot of games be JRPG but based around the main story of the anime. The One Piece thing, they're doing a complete original story, which is going to be cool because by doing a complete original story, they can go back to areas like Alabaster and Water 7 or whatever, and all those different locales, and they can do a lot of different unique things. Like I said, I skimmed over the trailer a little bit, man. I really hate watching trailers, which is why I don't react to a lot of them anymore. But the reason why I really hate doing trailers is because, you know, when you see the game, if you see the game, you like what you see. Trailers could hype you up. It could put you on the fence. You know, it could be like, I might want this game now. This game looks interesting now. But for me, when getting this One Piece game was always going to be a thing. I felt like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you know, Naruto, all the games of the big three are something that I had to get. And this is like the first One Piece game that's actually different from like One Piece Power Warriors in years. So that's why I feel like I kind of had to get it. You know, I had to get it immediately, like, because I'll spend money on games I don't even think it's gonna be good. But games I know with an established IP, which I know is gonna be turn-based, which is my favorite type of gameplay, I'm definitely picking that. So I don't watch trailers for stuff that I'm super interested in. Because if I'm on the fence, then I watch a couple of trailers and see what they got going on before I buy it. If I'm not on the fence, I'll go ahead and just buy it. You know, there's no point of me waiting. But I see that you get to deal with Water 7. Look like Akiji and stuff was in there, so that's cool too. look like we got like a lot of people returning from different eras and stuff. And he had Aokiji in his Marine uniform, and I think this is actually a game that takes place post time skip. So you know, it's gonna be a lot of wackiness. We obviously get to play with the most powered up versions of the Straw Hats. You know, like the 2-year time skip versions, but we get to go to areas where they necessarily didn't visit after they got stronger. You know, so it's cool to see that parallel and how that's gonna end up working. I'm gonna be excited to see how that ends up working. But for me personally, it's automatic buy. Now, I will definitely be buying this on PS5. Just simply because, you know, I have a PS5 or whatever, so it obviously makes sense to buy it on that system. But I'm curious to see how different the two versions are gonna be. Cause with turn-based, it's not necessarily very visual when you have a higher upgraded version. I really want to see maybe like faster loading. I saw like a little thing though that was talking about maybe some locations that we'll see in this actual One Piece game. Locations like Whole Cake Island and Fishman Island and Water 7, obviously, Skypiea. I mean, basically the article was talking about most of just the One Piece arts that they actually visited. Because if I'm being honest, it's like you got a JRPG. Those games run long on purpose. So if you got a game like that where I can explore like Water 7 or Alabasta to like the fullest with actual built environments and stuff, that'd be cool. Like that'd be absolutely amazing. I feel like I wouldn't mind playing a Straw Hat game, you know, like with the Straw Hats and the crew, because when you watch anime, you feel so connected. So it's like I definitely wouldn't mind being turn based. With the actual Fairy Tail crew, obviously the characters are not as likable as the One Piece characters, so that raising the question. I also didn't see would you be playing as other characters and stuff, man, because I doubt that you would be, but it'd be cool to play with characters like Law and you know, Kid and stuff. That would be cool to have like other characters you can actually level up beside the Straw Hats. But with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.